Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode where I read Reddit posts and give my 2 cents as a dietitian. I was getting a little bit bored, so I thought that I would bring someone on, and that person is my husband.
Hello.
He was allowed to come back on because he's been well behaved and he's actually been quite funny lately. So I'm like, you know what? We will allow it. So he's going to give his 2 cents as Shane Dawson.
Sounds good to me.
So I don't think that we wanted to go with a particular topic, but I did find this one post and I thought that it kind of suited us. And like, when you first started training, you were like a typical gym bro, weren't you?
It was really all about bro science and just lift as heavy as you can. Don't worry about form.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
And also not really thinking about nutrition as well.
No way.
That's going to be my take on things, I think. So let me read what this post is. So this person has said, Gym Bros of Reddit, what are some tips for a beginner to working out? It is very vague and he just wants to know where is he starting? So I assume that he just has a gym membership. Let's just start with that. He doesn't have a program. What's he doing? And I guess when I first started training, I didn't really know what I was doing either. So at the time, I was at a gym where one of the personal trainers was doing classes and I decided that I wanted to sign up to the classes. And there wasn't very many people, and like sometimes it was just me and the PT. So then I eventually ended up doing personal training with this PT, and that went on for a little bit, and then I kind of felt a bit more comfortable in the gym. So I just bought like an online program. I think at the time it was like Sophie Guidolin and just one of her exercise programs. And I think there was also the nutrition component of it as well, which I followed. Didn't love that. There was all these crazy recipes that I had to make up and it was so much effort. And now looking back on the program, like it was good to obviously have a little bit of structure as somebody that didn't really know what I was doing. But also, yeah, I don't think it was right for me. At the same time, I probably should have continued on with that personal trainer, but we only know what we know, right? And so I went on for a long time following that program, just repeating it just consistently. And I did train a lot. I guess it was a good start, but it really depends on what your goals are. This guy hasn't mentioned what his goals are. So, I mean, if he's just going to be active and he just wants to lift weights, he doesn't necessarily care about muscle building, which I'm sure if he is targeting the gym bros of Reddit, I'm sure that he wants to gain some muscle mass. I would say straight off the bat, find a good coach. Do your research. Find somebody good. So I've been in the gym since I was 21, but I would say the most progress that I have made has been in the past 10 months, which sounds crazy, but don't you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's mainly consistency. Is the main thing you should be aiming for. It doesn't matter what, like if you want to use a workout program to keep you accountable, that's fine. But I think a lot of new starters get caught up in, what should I do? What's the right exercise? How do I do this exercise? What's all that? And that's having a PT to start you off is perfect in terms of getting your techniques right, and it's mainly consistency. Get into the routine. You got to, 4 or 5 days a week. Just show up, really.
Yeah, totally agree. And I remember when I first started at the gym, I was going probably a bit too much. So there definitely is a bit of overkill. And I think when people start going, they get obviously very motivated to keep going.
Well, yeah, no, that was actually something I would often see, just signing up people to the gym, new people. They would, be very motivated, come to the gym, hard out every single day, 2 hours a day, and then they would disappear for months because they burnt themselves out right at the start. They, when you're starting up, even just having like a month break and going back to the gym, it hurts, unless you're recovering properly, because they're so motivated, they're just burning their bodies out right from the start and then realizing, oh no, I think I've injured myself, and then disappear for months on end.
I would also say, I did mention about having like the training program and also the nutrition program. I know that the nutrition side of things definitely was not meeting my needs. Now, when I look back at what the diet consisted of, there was hardly any carbohydrates in there. And these days, now, I have so many carbohydrates, and that is what is fueling my training sessions, and also eating an adequate amount of protein. I know gym bros definitely always go on about eating protein, but where's the carbohydrates? Where is prioritizing your macronutrients around your training as well? I do talk to a lot of people at the gym about nutrition because they obviously know that I'm a dietitian, and I always encourage them to have pre-training carbohydrates because a lot of them definitely aren't. And you don't really take pre-training carbs, do you?
Depends on the session. When I used to lift quite heavy, like before a deadlift session, heavy leg session, yeah, definitely have like an apple or a banana or at least something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just feel drained.
Yeah,
especially when
really
you're
do.
like straight off the top doing heavy deadlifts. You're doing a massive compound exercise, and you just feel so drained. So I noticed that I was in that routine, and after the first session, I was pretty much done. That was like the workout was written off. Having a bit of like, I guess, kind of like dizzy spells.
Yes.
Almost. When you're seeing the little sparkles and all that as well.
We see the little sparkles.
Yeah, just drained.
To a certain extent, I definitely do see the little sparkles when I do something really heavy, like my leg press. Not on the belt squat. Definitely on my leg press and my hip hinges.
Yeah, but they're not usually your first exercise straight up, is
My
it?
leg press is. Yep. I see the sparkles when I get up.
But you never feel like you're done. Like you can't keep going.
No.
Yeah.
No. I never do because now my pre-training carbs is 100 grams of carbs.
Yeah, but so if you didn't have your pre-workout carbs now, you wouldn't have the same type of workout. You can't say you wouldn't have the same workout, surely.
I definitely just had a shittier workout. When I was in my calorie surplus, I'm pretty sure that I was on the same amount of carbohydrates that I am now.
Yeah,
I think I just have less fats now.
What I'm saying is if you didn't have carbs, if you were, like people starting out, carbs are the devil. Like no one talks about, like you said it yourself. No one talks about carbs. It's all about protein.
Yeah.
Have 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. Yada yada yada. No one talks about carbs.
Yeah.
So integrating those carbs into your diet does improve the amount of energy you have to complete your workout.
Exactly.
Boots.
Do you know what is so funny? When I'm talking to somebody like a gym person and they don't talk just about protein, they talk a lot about carbohydrates. I'm like, I know that you're switched on. You've actually done the research. I'm so much more impressed with people when they're talking about carbs rather than protein.
Yeah. I like a well-rounded meal before a workout, like fried chicken with the chips and the
All right,
gravy.
I've had enough.
And
don't start talking about this
and
shit.
the 3-piece box comes with a small dinner roll as well. There's your carbs. Oof.
Okay. So I think that a lot of gym bros definitely miss the point with nutrition. So you mentioned 2 grams protein per kilogram body weight, but they're not focusing on how much carbs they should be including in their diet as well.
Correct.
Like,
So
I mean, what's the
how-
typical gym bro
how many
meal?
carbs are you supposed to have? Or should
Well,
you have?
there's
Should you
not-
aim for?
There's not like a specific like grams per kilo in terms of like resistance training. It's mainly for like endurance like training.
Yep.
I do have my clinical nutrition book in that drawer, and well, do we want to look up the amounts now?
Nah, it's okay.
Gym bros, don't forget about your nutrition. I would say that would be a huge thing. If I could go back, I would have definitely committed to doing a calorie surplus earlier on and focused on increasing my strength as well, because I was really like aimless when I was at the gym for a long time, and I didn't really have any goals apart from trying to look good. And we all know that that is just not something that I hugely focus on anymore, because I want to be strong as fuck. And I'm actually stronger than Shane, aren't I? I am, aren't I?
No,
Yes, I am. Oi, how much can you belt squat?
more than you.
How much?
When's the last time you seen me belt squat?
Never.
I could belt squat 140. How much can you belt squat?
It's because you know I do 130.
How much
I
can
do
you belt squat?
130, but okay.
Well, I haven't tried belt squat, to be fair, but I'm just gauging off barbell squats, and my peak back then was 140, 150.
of barbell squats.
Yes, so that means on the
You could definitely do heavier on belt squat.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
maybe
So as
maybe.
it stands
because
now,
belt squat loads your lower back if not done correctly.
yeah,
which
my lower back feels fine.
I don't have that flexibility, and I think what would end up happening is my back would naturally take over. So I'd have to start quite light.
So what you're saying is
But I reckon I could get up there.
I'm stronger than you.
No.
My legs are stronger than yours. Come on.
How many plates do you leg press?
8?
Yeah, I do 10.
No, you don't.
Yeah, 5 each side.
When was the last time that you did leg press?
A couple of years ago. But when I was doing it, 5 each side.
I would say our advice for this gym bro is
Lift heavy.
lift heavy.
Body weight.
But-
Body weight, actually, to start off with, body weight workouts are very good. Get your body used to the movement
That's
first.
true.
Movement first. Work on movement,
Yeah.
and then add weight, and then that's your resistance, and then you build on resistance, and then you become
Do you
jacked.
know what is a huge thing? Learning how to actually like brace and also like putting your chest up, shoulders back, and bracing. That fucks up your whole lift.
Yep.
Honestly, it does. So if you can learn how to do that from the start, you're going to prevent yourself from having a lot of injuries. So what is our main advice for this person?
Stay consistent.
And get a
Practice
PT.
movements. And yep, if you want to elevate your sessions, start off with a PT
Or a coach.
or a coach.
And also look at your nutrition as well. It's not too hard to prioritize where you're putting your carbohydrate rich sort of snacks and also making up balanced meals as well.
Yeah. Not to mention, like, if you want to be set in the on the right path, you should follow Nikki Dietitian on Instagram.
Too bad that's not actually my handle.
Nikki Dawson Dietitian. It's one of them.
Do you know that that's terrible of you that you don't even know my handle? Nikki Dawson Dietitian.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
that's the one.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Sign up. Yep.
Sign up.
Sign up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to post more. Okay, shall we read some of the comments from some of these bros on here?
Comments as in what? Responses to that thing?
Responses
Yeah,
to
go on.
his
Go on.
post.
Come on.
So somebody has said, just go on Google and look up a basic starter workout for half an hour or something and try it. Then build up from there, whether it's weights, cardio, or other forms of exercise. Also, a lot of gyms have personal trainers there specifically for you to ask questions. No, they don't. But anyway, and usually other people are really friendly and may not mind helping you out either. But there can be a few spiky douchebags sometimes. Not your problem or fault. So Pete,
Sounds like you wrote this.
I did.
Is this your response?
I
It's your
didn't.
response. It's pretty much exactly what you just said. It's pretty sound advice.
I
to be
didn't
fair.
tell them to. Not a bad idea to also go on Google like they've suggested.
I think that's fine. So when I first started, I was just like screenshotting Instagram pages. Like people would put their
true.
recommended, 3 sets of shoulder press and this and that. I just screenshot those and kind of do a combination of those.
Yep.
One thing I do recommend: start with something you like. If you don't enjoy the exercise, swap it out for something you do enjoy.
Yep.
Because if that's going to keep you consistent, go for gold.
Do you know what? It's actually so funny. I do stay consistent because obviously I have Alan. But when he writes me a program that I don't like, I hate it. And it makes me not want to be consistent, even though I'm like, I still commit to it. But I'm like, I could just not go to the gym because I hate my upper day today. But my most recent program, I actually messaged him and said, I love my program. He only liked the message. He didn't respond.
That's what you get.
I was like, okay, thanks for writing my awesome program. And then he literally didn't respond.
Just get it done.
Just get it done. Stop being weird. He's probably like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, doing exercises that work for you as well and that you actually like. Somebody else has said, don't skip your warm up and give your muscles time to recover from workout. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's
They're
sound
missing
advice.
the whole, like, yes, we get that, but like, we need a little bit more than that.
Do we?
I do like that they have mentioned recovery though. And then, I like this one. Don't ego lift. Correct
Oi.
form and focus.
That's you to a T.
Developing bad habits and injuries will slow you down the most. You don't have to be a pro, but you should slowly learn. The amount of injuries I've had, mostly from just being an idiot, seriously hindered my progress.
Yeah, that's true.
That, yes, we have all been there. And you know how many injuries I've had in the past 10 months or so because I have been trying to increase my weights a little bit too quickly. It's mostly been upper body injuries though.
It's just ego.
No, but
Straight up ego.
we were both gym bros at one point, hey? We really were.
Excuse me. You still are.
Do you know what?
Bro.
I am a gym bro in terms of like my lifting, but I'm more obviously like science based, and my diet is amazing lately, honestly. And it's kind of embarrassing that I've been a dietitian for a little bit and my diet wasn't on point until recently.
I don't think that's anything to be embarrassed about, though. Like, you still got to enjoy food.
As in, my diet wasn't on point in terms of like optimizing around training.
Yeah.
And also when I was in my peak of my poor nutrition and over exercising and I was sick all the time, I was having hypos as well because I was I did wear one of the continuous blood glucose monitors.
That's right.
Remember?
Yep.
And I was having hypos. And
it was at night, wasn't it? And then you'd wake up with headaches because
And-
you'd be sweating
and
all
sweating
night long.
overnight. Yeah. So I also was having hypos when I was running as well. So yeah, I was also symptomatic with, like, say, headaches, the sweats, and had dizziness and things. And that correlated to when I was wearing this continuous blood glucose monitor and those symptoms. So I knew that I had been experiencing low blood sugar for some time.
You switched things up pretty quickly, though.
I did.
It
I was like
delay your food and like have carbs right before bed, wasn't it?
Do you know what? I started eating a lot more carbohydrates. I really did. But then, like, obviously, like, when I started getting a bit more into my training, when I started training with Alan, like, then I obviously bumped it up a lot to support my training. Okay, here's another post. What fitness facts do you think will be debunked or hold true 10 to 15 or even 20 years from now? My co-workers and I were on the topic of fitness today, and one of my co-workers mentioned because she's older, she doesn't think that she's able to lose weight without going to the gym. While this isn't false, I bit my tongue a bit from chiming up, that doesn't make sense. And that weight loss can come from diet. But anyway, it got me thinking, what things do we believe and may be proven wrong in the future? And how likely am I going to accept new knowledge? What are your thoughts? What did you believe but now know differently? I think this would be fun to discuss. This is fun to discuss because I definitely, before I was a dietitian, I had some weird views on food. And it's because I didn't have the knowledge. And also because I had very disordered eating patterns in the past and also very restrictive eating as well. So I wouldn't eat much processed food at all. Processed food was the absolute devil. And now, with a lot more nutrition knowledge, I know that that's not true and that I have actually optimized my health by eating more food and also eating this way. But yeah, previously I was doing all weird stuff like activating nuts and don't look at me like that. I was weird before I met you.
What are those?
So
Do tell.
This is a very sort of like alternative sort of nutrition type thing, but because of particular components in nuts, like I'm pretty sure it's the phytates maybe in the nuts, you must soak them and then put them in the oven to like activate them.
I remember
to
that
decrease. Yeah. So I used to do that, and I used to roast this tray of almonds like every weekend. And honestly, my meal prep took up my whole day because I would go to the farmer's market. I would go to this other market to pick up some like meat and fruit and veg. And obviously I used to buy like in bulk, like say at a bulk food store. So I used to like go and get all of the seeds and like organic like muesli mixes and all that. Dude. Just buy the granola from Coles. It is delicious, and I'm obsessed with those little like granola clusters. They are so good, hey? And you don't need to buy all this shit. Honestly, you don't need to activate your nuts. I am like, when I look back at that time, I'm like, I wasted so much time going from store to store, like buying everything. I'm like, just go to Coles and Woolies or Aldi, whatever you prefer. Like, I will say, if you like eating like this, I'm 100% supportive, but it's unnecessary.
That's right.
It is unnecessary. And
if you enjoy it, go for it.
I will never make my clients do anything like this. But yeah, never.
Oh, that's a good one. When I was starting my fitness journey, I suppose, I was working at like a mining lab with a bunch of Kiwis, and they were all units, massive. I was like the skinniest guy there.
Naturally, they were.
Yeah, I was like a skinny
They're
guy,
all
and I'm
tanked
like,
up.
oh, what can I do, guys? You know, and they were all like gym bros and all that as well, and like the nicest people ever. But they were like, oh yeah, try out a mass gainer, you know. So I was there, and my view at the time, you know, I was probably 18 or 19. was like, this is going to change my life. You know, 1 serve of mass gainer per day, and I'll be a unit.
But
But
that
what
is
was
how
happening-
they advertise it.
Well, no, exactly. But what was happening is I was taking this mass gainer and I was just so full that I just stopped eating. And all that. So I was like balancing out, not gaining any weight, just grueling down. Like, I think a serve of the mass gainer would be, and you know, with mass gainers, it is
Hang
about
on.
quantity as well.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
so a serving would be 1,200 calories. But
Really?
we're
Maybe I
talking,
should get on
we're
this
talking like 300 grams of powder per serve.
Really? What's in a
Yeah.
mass gainer? What's the main ingredient? Per serve, 1,180 calories and then 60.8 grams of protein. Damn.
How many grams of carbs?
Oh, let me see. This is
Because I think they're
insane.
usually
150 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
The amount of fat, though, 36.
That's not bad.
So, like,
Hey, you
oh
want to
my
gain
gosh.
mass?
Oi, the amount of sodium that's in here, though, 720
That's all right.
milligrams.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's a lot of sodium in
Is it?
one
Oh.
serve. Well,
more,
like
more
if
than
you-
KFC or less?
yeah, probably less. But if you think about the recommendations per day, 2,300 milligrams, like that's a decent chunk of that, though.
Oh, true. Yeah.
In a drink.
Supplements are to supplement your diet.
Yes, yes.
So they're to supplement whatever you're missing in your diet, not to take over your complete diet. So that's one thing I would put out there
yeah.
as, because you know, when you're young, that is the myth. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to take this protein, I'm going to take this, you know, this supplement, and it's going to change my life. You know,
And it's going to-
I'm going to get
yeah.
jacked. And you know, back when I was selling protein at the supplement store, you get those guys that come in and go, oh, can you recommend protein? I don't want to get too big. And it's like,
Oh
well,
my God,
you
bro.
know, like, yeah, it doesn't, it's not a miracle pill. You know, it's not like you're going to take it
Yes.
and suddenly, oos. You know, it's not a steroid. You know?
Wait, so these guys would actually come in and say, I want protein powder, but I don't want to get too big.
Yeah. No, you would definitely get, some people. And
Please.
my job at the time is to, you know, educate. It's a supplement. It's to supplement what you're not getting it through diet, through food.
And also to support what you're doing with your training as well.
Yes.
If I could just have a protein supplement and gain mass, that would be amazing. But I have to fucking get on that belt squat and I have to do heavy leg press. Like, there's no way around it.
Oh, I got another myth or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
go on.
Anabolic window. That was one that would always come up.
Yeah.
So what is your ruling on the anabolic window?
When we're looking at this anabolic window, the anabolic window is 24 hours. Get your protein in that 24 hours.
I just said that. I'm right.
But I would also say we definitely do need to optimize macronutrients around training. I will always go on about that. So obviously carbohydrates, easily digestible carbohydrates pre-training, and then a balanced meal afterwards, which is obviously going to be protein, carbs, dietary fiber, healthy fats.
So, like post-training, what's
Yeah.
more important, protein or carbs? Or they are equally
You need everything.
important? Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Just refuel everything, a whole lot. Yeah.
Because you're going to be depleted, like your glycogen
Well, no,
stores.
that's what I mean, though. I think people, because carbs are the devil, they would skip that and just have just the protein.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
Same thing, like,
People-
you know, have your protein shake within half
Yes,
an hour of
people
your
have
training,
their
and then that's
protein
it.
shakes.
And that's it. You know,
Dude,
it is important to have a full meal.
you can definitely work in like your training around having meals. So like say if you train before work, you can have like a banana pre-training, whatever you would like. That is an easily digestible carbohydrate, and go and train and then have your breakfast afterwards. If you like to train after work, then have a little snacky before training, and then you can have your dinner afterwards. Perfect. Done. We like that. That's what we did tonight.
Well, okay, well, there was this other one as well, like slow digesting carbs
For
before
what?
training. before training for
Oh.
breakfast. You know, something along the lines of oats, having oats before training.
Why would you
Was
do
that-
that?
I don't know. That's the myth, though. You know, like it's like slow release or slow absorbing.
Is that
carbs.
actually a thing?
Yeah,
Have people said that?
It's something that does come up.
So you're going to feel quite full during your training sessions if you do have slower digesting carbs. And when you say slower digesting carbs, that is carbohydrates that are going to be low GI and increased dietary fiber. So they are going to take a little bit of time to digest and also turn into glucose in your bloodstream. And that's going to take a little bit more time to take up. So I wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. Tell us about what you're currently having before training.
Nikki has changed up her routine a few times, and this is what works best for me. So
She's got a pack of sugar. That's
No,
what
I don't.
You got a packet of sugar.
sucrose is sugar. Okay.
Debunked.
Debunked. So what I'm currently on, you want to hear my stack?
Yeah.
I'll tell you my stack.
Tell us.
I need to go and buy Powerade.
Oh.
So I'll have 4 scoops of Powerade powder, and then I'll have 40 grams of pure glucose.
And that's
Powder.
that's full sugar.
That is
Powerade.
pure.
Yeah, like
Oh,
no,
full
as in
sugar Powerade.
Powerade,
Yep.
not
Yep.
not the.
Yeah, and then I will also add a little bit more salt in there as well.
So how many grams of carbs are you having right before training then?
I'm currently having 95 grams. But then sometimes I'll also eat a fruit stick, which is 15 grams-ish of carbs. So then I'll have like 110. That is, honestly,
What's the percentage makeup of those carbs to your daily carb intake, I suppose? You know, how many grams of carbs are you roughly on per day?
so that's 1/4
Yeah,
of
so
my
like,
carb intake.
I would say it's
Yeah.
400-ish, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
So you would have so you would have that before training, and then after training, what would you generally have then, in terms of carbs?
I don't really specify on the amount that I'm having post-training. Yeah.
Usually you'd have like
So, like-
6 slices of bread.
Not always. If I've had a good session and I'm super hungry, then yes, absolutely, I will smash half a loaf of bread. But do you know what? I actually haven't done that in a while. And some of my training sessions recently, I've been feeling like a little bit nauseous. I think because I've just like been a bit hectic and overdone it. But recently I'm really onto like tortillas and like pasta.
Oh, wait. That being said, though, so your Powerade,
Oh.
you would have the Powerade while you're training, though. So you would. It's not like you're having 100 grams straight up, you know,
I would say
right
like
before the session, or do you just down it straight away?
I would say that I finish my Powerade drink like within like the first exercise that I'm doing, like if not halfway through the first exercise. So like it's not really that long into my workout.
That being said, yeah, So I suppose the function for you are having it pretty much as your pre-workout rather than
Yeah.
having pre-workout.
Yeah.
Whereas I have pre-workout, and then that's the window where I would finish my pre-workout is at
Yeah.
the end of stretches.
But
So,
mine is like a higher volume. Like I will put the Powerade and the glucose powder into like 750 mils. I probably could put it into a smaller volume. Sometimes I do if I don't have my big bottle. But
just dry scoop it, man.
oh, do you know the Powerade? Like it has little like
Crystals?
if I don't
Crystals, yeah.
stir it, it's so sour. But like I probably could dry scoop it. I would love that
I
because I
mean,
love
yeah,
sour
it
lollies
wouldn't-
and stuff.
Wouldn't be much different to pre-workout because pre-workout does have like the little crystals and all that in it as well.
But I do not take a stimulant prior to training. That's my one thing. Personally, I don't need it because caffeine doesn't really do much for me because I drink a lot of caffeine. So I don't take a stimulant. I don't think I really ever have. When I have had like a pre with like beta-alanine in it. Like, I do not like that feeling. I hate that feeling.
Love that feeling.
No.
So I used to have all of like when I worked at the supplement store, I would have those ingredients separately. So I would have beta-alanine.
That's right.
I would have citrulline malate, and I would have probably creatine or something, and a bit of a concoction of supplements. But
Yeah.
beta-alanine is probably one of my favorite
Because
ingredients.
you like... Is it paresthesis?
Paresthesis.
It's the strangest thing
Yep.
ever.
Yep.
I absolutely hate that.
Yep.
Do you know what is actually so weird? When I'm doing really heavy lifts, like say my Bulgarians or my RDLs, I will get like an itchy feeling in my face and like my upper arms.
Yeah, that's probably a lactic acid buildup.
I'm like,
Well,
but how is it?
That's why you need
during the
That's
exercise.
why you need beta-alanine, to stop that.
But like, no. Usually I do my Bulgarians and my RDLs at the start. So I'm like, that's weird. I don't know. I don't think it's lactic acid buildup at that point in time.
Maybe.
No.
But maybe not.
You don't need beta-alanine
Oh, it's so
when you're
good,
training at the gym.
Nah,
You need
it's a
beta-alanine
high
for
endurance.
endurance. You need beta-alanine for endurance sports. You don't need it at the gym.
Yeah, but if you're enduring your workout,
That is the most overrated supplement that people use for resistance training. You do not need that.
it's good though. It's good.
But
It's good for the effect it has, the tingles. You know that you associate that with energy production and
placebo. I think
Gazebo.
it's only good for a placebo effect, and if it's going to make you lift heavier, then whatever. Right. Any other myths that we have? I could just bang on about all this. That keto is like the best diet in the world.
It is though,
Fasting, actually. And that diet should be different
Yeah.
amongst men and women. That
no,
is
that
absolute
is true.
shit.
That is true.
Okay.
You can have bread. I
The
will have
quantities,
KFC.
the quantities definitely are different, but at the end of the day, we all should be following the same recommendations. Okay, somebody did say to me the other day,
Yep.
but for women, they should be eating pre-training, but men don't have to. And I was like, what are you talking about? Isn't that so bizarre?
But why?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And I was like, look, at the end of the day, whatever works for you. I was like, I'm not getting into this conversation with you, dude. Bro, eat your fucking carbs. Pre-training. I'm sure you'll feel better. And then he said, oh yeah, I train fasted and then I don't eat until midday. So he's training in the morning fasted, doesn't eat till midday. To be fair, he was pretty big. So like, I was like, I'm not going to give you advice. I couldn't stop looking at his quads. I was like,
If it works, go for it, mate. Go
like-
for it.
if you are able to build quads like that by fasting for half the day and also fasting pre-training, you do you, honestly. I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Apple cider vinegar cures cancer. You heard it here first.
Or apple cider vinegar for everything. I definitely do still see some people having apple cider vinegar mixed in with their morning drinks, and I don't know why. Well,
Method.
apple cider vinegar, like you would put it on salads and things like that.
Ah,
But
okay,
people have sort of like turned it into a superfood type thing.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle. But people are still taking it on empty stomachs and all of this stuff to try and assist with their digestion. Don't you worry, that hydrochloric acid in your stomach is going to take care of that apple cider vinegar, and it is going to do fuck all for your digestion. Yes.
So to balance it out, you would have alkalines? No.
Okay.
Well, what's the thing? Yeah.
So
You know what I'm talking about.
there definitely is a lot surrounding like alkaline water and alkaline diets as well. When we look at alkaline diets, there is nothing that is going to alkalize your blood because it needs to sit within a very specific pH. And if it is not within that pH, then your cells are going to be damaged. And say, for example, if somebody is going into like diabetic ketoacidosis, that is not a good thing. You will end up in hospital because your blood is more acidic than it should be. And your cells, they're not liking it. So your body definitely needs to be within this pH to be able to optimally function. We don't want it to be out of that. You will be in ED and you will be hospitalized to resolve your pH and get it back within the reference range that it should be in.
It was Miranda Kerr. She was on a morning talk show and she was talking about her morning routine. So what she has, basically I wake up in the morning and I have 32 ounces of room temperature water. 1 lemon squeezed in that, like flushes everything out from the night.
She flushes everything out from the night.
Yeah.
What is she on about?
Yeah. No, and then she has celery juice, and celery juice is really alkalizing for your cyst doctors.
There was a big thing on celery juice a long time ago, and also having fruit juices as well. Like, just eat the fruit.
Okay, well, the rest of it? Oh, no, where was it going? I have this medical medium smoothie, metal detox smoothie. Blueberries, banana, barley grass, spirulina.
Okay, we don't need...
Oh, it's the medical medium person.
He is just full of so much
Your
shit.
mate.
We do not need a detoxing smoothie because we do have an organ that does our detoxing for us. And the only time that our liver is unable to detox our bodies is when it is damaged. If you're at the stage where you have cirrhosis, it potentially is because either alcoholic related liver disease or metabolic related liver disease, or unfortunately you have had some sort of immune related condition that has damaged your liver, or you have had substance abuse, or your liver has been damaged from taking medications for potentially another condition, or overdose as well on certain medications, certain pharmaceuticals. So yeah, that is the only time that your body is unable to detox. If you are a healthy person with no medical issues, you don't need a detox tea.
Just trust in your body.
Even then, when you are in end-stage liver disease, you will not be drinking these detox teas and smoothies and things like that. You will actually be on medication to assist with removing certain compounds that are within your blood. So you won't even be on these smoothies. You'll be on actual medication.
Detox.
Yeah, so
apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, so I think we've gone over a lot of things. This is going to take me a long time to edit, hey? All right, guys, thank you for listening. I hope that you found this episode interesting. I should have people on here more often because it's actually been quite fun to do this. But yeah.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.